Hello, good evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here on this Wednesday evening. We're going live across YouTube and live across the world right now for a Wednesday evening on this 29th of March, 2023. Here we go again. Time to bring another 10 to 14 day live. This is the final 10 to 14 day live stream on a Wednesday for the time being. The 10 to 14 days will just go to being regular video uploads from next week onwards until you get into the summer. Perhaps around June time we'll bring a Wednesday stream back again, but for now we're going to have a couple of months break, I think. And of course we stopped doing the Friday night stream on Friday. Did the last one on Friday, so the live streams from next week onwards will be on a Monday, just once a week on a Monday, other than the channel member stream, which is unaffected. That's once a month for channel members on a Friday evening. Now, that's the plan anyway. I hope that's all right with everyone. Hello, good evening. Thank you all so very much, everybody, for being here. Now, I had a little bit of a crisis before I started. Oh, I could have done without that. So what happened was, just to explain, as I was late, getting going, just to explain, so the first thing was, I went to refill my glass of magic water, and it slipped out of my hand, and it went all over the table. I had to take the tablecloth off and dry the table of that. So that's the first thing. And then I went out into the kitchen to get the water for my glass, and I noticed that the washing machine is leaking. So I've had waterwork problems here in the towers. I have problems with my waterworks here in the towers this afternoon, just like 2 minutes before the live stream. I only put the washing on like 10 minutes ago, so I haven't been out of the kitchen since then, and I sort of actually saw this water all over the floor. So I dried it all up. I don't know why the machine's leaking, and I'll have a look at that after the live stream. But yeah, like 2 or 3 minutes before I was starting, everything went wrong. Which if you're a regular, I know most of you are, to Gavs live streams, you'll know that is how many of that's how many of my live streams end up, going wrong, falling apart. Anyway, we're here, we're live across YouTube right now for Wednesday evening, so I'm going to go through the live chat in a moment. I'll shout you out along the way, and I'll take some questions, and then in around 30 minutes time we will do the 10 to 14 day and we'll be bringing you everything back. We're normally doing a 10 to 14 day video. The only difference is that we're going to do it live. There will be some long range in with that as well. At the end of the 10 to 14 day screen share section, we will go into some long range because I didn't live stream on Monday. The reason for that, by the way, is that my nephew Louis, hi Louis, is back home from uni. He came back on Monday and we had a family meal, to welcome him back. And of course I had good news on Monday with my mouth. I went to NGH and 12 month for a 12 month anniversary appointment. So everything with the mouth and the neck, everything is looking fine and looking good. So it was kind of like a welcome home to my nephew, and also a celebration for my 1 year anniversary meal. So that's the reason that there was a stream on Monday. Right, okay. And by the way, there will be a vlog about the mouth and everything coming up probably on Friday. Friday will be 12 months, actually 1 year, since I had my operation to remove the cancer and cut the neck. So I'll probably do like a 1 year anniversary vlog on the other channel if anybody's interested in that. Right, okay, so that's all that done and out the way. Thank you so very much everybody for being here. I've around 40 concurrent viewers. If you could give us a like on the live stream, that'd be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much everybody for doing that. But I'd say thank you so much to our moderators, where we've got Paul James and James United here moderating with us. SB, lovely SB might be along a little bit later on as well. So thank you so much to our amazing moderators. And whilst I'm on the subject of who's in the live chat, so 1, 2, 3, Darth Vader has arrived! Thank you so much, Darth Vader, for being on our Wednesday evening live stream. Thank you so much, Darth. Right, okay, I'm going to start going through the light. What's Darth saying? About 20 centimetres. You got snow, Darth. Oh, wow. Wow. Darth Vader, interesting data. Slipped on snow and ice about 6 times a day, and a truck got stuck outside work. So I had to try and get truck out. Oh, for about 1 hour. Goodness gracious, you got some snow, Ben, Darth. Well done. Darth's having a snow event in Sweden. That's amazing. Congratulations, Darth. I love it. Well done, Darth. I know you like a little bit of snow. I don't know if you like snow at the end of March, but I know generally you like a little bit of snow. So well done. And congratulations, my friend. Right, okay, I'm going to start going through the live chat then. I think I shall shout you out as we go along on that, and we'll take some questions as well. How does that sound? Nick Hine going to change his name. Going to change his name to something entertaining for next winter. Oh, right, okay, I'll look out for that, Nick. Jack Lowe, over to you, my friend. Going to Jack. Saying, don't mess with the blue spanners. No, we've got our spanners here. Oh, gosh, what's happened, Paul? Lee Stevens is in hospital. What's happened to Lee, Paul? I hope he's all right. We've also got Ryan still in the hospital as well. Ryan 56. So I think Ryan's probably watching from his hospital bed. Hello to Ryan. Get well soon, my friend. I hope you're feeling better soon. What's happened to... But I will go from the live chat in a moment. But I just want to find out what's happened to Lee. What's happened to Lee, Paul? Is he all right? What's happened? That's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. So, you know, we're not doing very well, are we, GavsWeatherVids community? We've got 2 of our leading lights in hospital at the moment. I'm pretty ill, keeping in touch. All right, well, I'll message you later on, Paul. I'll message you later on and see what's happened. That's all right. You know, on the usual place, I'll send you a little DM. And we'll have a chat and find out what's happened. But that's all. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, we've got Lee and also Ryan, both in hospital. How awful. Get better soon to both of them. Darth, that's snow for about 4 days now. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious, Darth. You're doing all right, aren't you? Steffi, oh, he's got pneumonia. Oh, right, okay. Okay, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Right, okay, let's start going through the live chat. Thanks for letting me know, Paul, there. Right, let's start going through the live chat then, shall we? And we'll shout you out and see what's going on. Right, okay, so first person in with us was Finley Boy. Hello to Finley. Last 10 to 14 day at live until the summer. That's right, Finley. They're going to have a little bit of a break, but they will be coming back in the summer. As long as it doesn't get too hot, though. You can't live stream when it's baking hot here in the towers, because, you know, I overheat. I overheat a little bit. But yes, no, but like the 10 to 14 day lives on Wednesday. Wednesday live streams will be back in the summer. The Monday live streams are going to carry on as always. Right, okay, Finley also saying nights are definitely getting shorter now. Because it's still like for me, RN. Right now, is that Finn? Is that right now, RN? Right now, I think that's right now. I'm not very good with, you know, the lingo with the kids somehow, but I think RM would be right now. Yeah, well, we altered the clocks as well, didn't we, Finley? So, you know, we're an hour, we're an hour on, so yeah. Right, okay, hello to Jason and Jake, to you, my friend. Hello there. Right, okay, Mark Kindish, over to you, my friend. Here's Mark saying, even Gavin here, do you think maybe that's the reason why it's been unsettled but not that cold for long? Because the LEO has been negative, the air has been positive. Yeah, I think that's partly been to do with it. We haven't had like a huge amount of long blocking to send that cold air out of the pole and down into the mid-latitudes. So yes, we've been in a wet but not overly cold pattern. Rather than the first 10 days of March, which were very cold, of course, but after that, been generally getting milder. Right, okay, 2098, I hope all is good. So last Wednesday's live, however, won't run for about, definitely not, my friend. Mark and Gavin, is that right? The YouTube channel you had in 2012, the original Gavin Partridge channel, yes, was just you trying stuff out, and it probably started in 2014 with a website, is that right? No, the website started in 2012 as well. I started my original channel on New Year's Eve 2011 and uploaded a few very poor videos in the opening weeks of 2012 in January and February. They weren't very good. And then around March, I started uploading proper videos, what I consider, you know, proper videos. And at the same time, I also, although I wasn't very good on them, but they were, you know, kind of like what I do now, and I wasn't as good as I am now doing them. But anyway, I started doing about around February, March of 2012, and on the 8th of March, I created GavsWeatherVids.com, 2012. And then I created the GavsWeatherVids YouTube channel in March 2014, you know, to go with the website, so they will both have the same name. Then, what I should have done probably just renamed my original channels, stuck with that. But anyway, I've now got the two channels, you know, so that's more like a personal vlog where I do videos about things like Star Wars and opinion polling and all of that kind of thing. Right, okay, so that explains that, Mark. Right, now let's carry on then through the live chat. Let's have a look, 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 let's have a look. Right, okay, Mark, Gavin, when you said we seem to get warm Atlantic nowadays, I've been in a warm AMO since around the middle of 1990s, around 1995, I think. So Mark and Gavin, when you said we seem to get warm Atlantic nowadays, does that mean we will never ever get a cold Atlantic in future again, or doesn't it? No, it goes in cycles, Mark. So we've been in the warm AMO phase since 1995, so they normally run in like 25 to 30 year blocks, I think. We should be starting to go into the cold AMO any time, really, although there's not much side of it. You remember when we had the cold blob in the, what they call the cold blob, a cold average sea surface temperature anomalies in the Atlantic in around 2014, 2015. And again, a little bit in 2018. I thought that was like the start of the change, you know, to the cold AMO phase, because normally you'd get hints of it a few years before the actual flip takes over. But you know, we've seen the Atlantic warming up again in 2020, so it is a little bit of a mystery. But we should be going into the cold AMO, you know, sometime around the middle of this decade, I think, around 2025. So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens, Mark. But yeah, when you're in these phases, by the way, you will get years of delay. So I'm over in the warm AMO phase. I've been in the warm AMO phase since 1995 to current. We still got those colder years in like 2015, for example. So you'll always get years that do something a little bit different. Right, what's happening at the bottom of the live chat? Let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Stick your fingers in your ears, everybody. Super chat, super chat, super chat. Super chat. Woo, 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 woo. Thank you so much, Jack. Thank you so much, lovely Jack Low. £5 buys 5 days of warm sunny weather. Please, Gav Law. I think we might see the first signs of spring. We say in the title, Jack. Next week, we may be starting to see signs of spring. But thank you so much, my friend. That's incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the amazing Jack Low for your lovely super chat. The end of the live show, we'll shout out all of the super chats. It's rather dark in here, so I tell you what, I'm just going to turn up a webcam mode. And I'm going to put the light on, I think. So let's just quickly turn off the webcam and go right to D. Just going to turn the light on, brighten things up a bit in the towers. There we go. And while I better check my washing machine, I think. That's looking okay. There we go. That's brightened things up, hasn't it? That looks better. Right, okay, yeah, sorry about that, everybody. I wanted to get a little bit, it's been dull all day, it's been a very miserable day here. Been a very, very, very miserable day here, at Towers in Northants. So, I should have had the light on before I started, really. Trying to save on the electric, my dad will be very proud. My dad will be very proud of me. Right, okay, we'll go back up to top of the live chat there, and we'll carry on going through. What a lovely live stream. 100 40 and 50 concurrent viewers. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so very much, everybody, for being here. Please smash the like button. Let YouTube know that you're enjoying the live stream. It'd be absolutely fantastic if you can do that. And in around 10-15 minutes time, you'll start screen capturing for you. I'm going to make some progress through the live chat. I am running very late. Been one of those live streams, hasn't it? Right, okay, let's have a look. Right, okay, so Mark said, Gavin, if we flipped into El Nino, would that have the same effect on summer like La Nina does when that flips? Not necessarily. I don't want to say too much about that because we will be probably looking at that in the summer updates in the next week or two. But no, not necessarily, my friend. It's a different scenario to flipping from El Nino to Nina. Jake Havison, hi Gav. What do you say the chances are of a long hot summer lasting from April to October? Definitely hope that doesn't happen. These days, you never rule anything out. Jay, you never rule anything out, my friend. Mark and Gavin, I know YouTube was around in 2003, but if it had been, just imagine trying to do live streams back then. Oh, during the hot summer of 2003, would have been too hot for me to be live streaming back then, I think. Jake said, also Gav, as summer new patterns can be a teaser, do you think that spring summer will be similar to 2007? Hopefully not. I don't think what bloody rains again, Jake. Mark saying, you never know. Oh, hang on. Jake was saying, however, as we had a wet March after a really dry month in February, do you think that we've certainly broken the drought? Not necessarily. You can get like a one-off, month that deviates within a long-term trend. So, for example, in the middle of the 1970s, when we was in the drought, we had a wet September in 1975, but it's just a one-off, remember when it went dry again through the rest of the autumn into the winter of 75, 76. So you never quite know. I want to wait like another month or two and see what happens before saying conclusively 100% that the drought has been broken. But certainly this wet March has helped alleviate things. And of course, we also had quite a bit of rain back in November and December as well, I think, into early January. So we haven't done too bad. We have probably broken the drought, but I want to wait a little bit later on. You really say retrospectively when a dry spell or a wet spell conclusively broke. Right, okay, Matthew Orchard is here. To you, Matthew. Thank you so much, my friend. Good evening to Matthew Orchard. Right, okay. Mark saying what we get, nothing any of us can do about it. That's true. Weather will do what it wants, my friend. Jake, also this year, as we've had a mild February instead of a cold February, like 2013-18, do you think we have a better chance of a cooler summer this year? I doubt there's much connection between February and summer, but we'll see. We'll see, Jake. Right, okay. Jack Lowe, hello to you, Jack. Thank you so much, my friend, for being here. We've got Michael Johnson here with us as well. Good evening to Michael Johnson. Steffi Adcock. Hi, Steph. Thank you so much for being here. Jack saying, hope you're all okay in this gloomy weather. It's been very gloomy, hasn't it, Jack? Let's cheer ourselves up with a giddy Wednesday live. I'm not that giddy tonight, Jack. It has been very gloomy, hasn't it, today? Miserable day. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much to Jack Live being here, and also for your super chat, of course. We've got Nick Hind here. Over to you, Nick. Thank you so much for being on live stream tonight. Paul James, over to you, Paul. Thank you so much. Thank you. Jake, also Gavin, as the last proper cold wet summer was in 2012, do you think that would do one in next year? Definitely, due a washout. No two ways about that. So the question is when it will happen, but we're definitely due for one. Matthew Richards, hello to you, my friend. Accessing live stream from a bus. Oh, goodness gracious me. Make sure you put some earphones or some headphones in. Matthew, not everybody likes Gav, so I don't want to annoy the passengers on the bus, but I hope it's all working okay for you on the bus. Anyway, my friend, we've got James Jukebox 2 here. Good evening to James Jukebox. Thank you so much, my friend, for being on the live stream tonight. Nick Hyde asking me about a takeaway incident. Yes, I did have a takeaway incident back in January last year. And I don't want to be reminded of that. Thank you very much. Right, Ben. Hello to Ben 80. Thank you so much, my friend. We've got the best of Sweden here, going to TBOS. Thank you so much, TBOS, for being on live stream tonight. Right, okay. Mark saying, Gavin, I hope water didn't go over your computer. No, it wasn't here, it's on the table over there. So, no, luckily, the computer's all right. Ben, oh dear, Gav. Yeah, I had waterwork issues, didn't I? Right, okay, Nick Hind, are you after a colonic at GavsWeatherVids? No, thank you. J Jukebox, a watery towers. It was a little bit. I've had problems with my glass of water and also my washing machine right at the same time, 2 minutes before I'm going to start the stream, which wasn't the best way to get things going. Jake Amazon, wonder if you could ever show us a view of your house. I mean, I could do, but I don't think anybody'd be interested in it. It's just like a regular house. I made it sound a little bit grand. But it actually is, to be honest. Luca, hello to you, Luke. Thank you so much, my friend. We've got Ruben's Adventures here as well. Hello to Ruben. Thank you so much, my friend. What a lovely live stream. It's been amazing so far. I hope you've enjoyed it up to this point. We will be doing some screen capturing for you in around 5 or 10 minutes time. So thank you so much, everybody, for an incredible live stream. Right, okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. JL is here. Gav, do you think there's a chance of some wintry weather in the first couple of weeks of April? I would not rule it out due to the late SSW, but I don't think there's all back, much sign of like wintry weather for early April at the moment, JL. But it's one of those things, after late SSW, you never quite know when the effects have definitely gone. One of those things that we do have to keep an eye on, and we're at an increased risk, I suppose. Probably even to the end of April, that we might have a very late wintry blast this year. But hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully we won't. Right, okay. Trevor Hall, hello to you, Trevor. Thank you so much, my friend. We've got P. Middy here as well. Going to P. Thank you so much. You're all wishing that Lee gets better soon. That's lovely. Yeah, get better soon. To Lee Stevens and also to Ryan 56, who are both in hospital poorly at the moment. Right, okay. Adam Morris, hello to you, Adam. Thank you so much. Watching while doing the hoovering. Oh, lovely. Lovely. That's it. You want something to do, don't you, when you're hoovering? So, that's nice, That's nice. Well done, my friend. We're at 50 Kingo viewers with 30 likes on stream. If you could give us a like on this live stream this evening, if you enjoyed it so far, that'd be absolutely incredible. Robert Charles Taylor, hello to you, Robert Charles, or Robert Taylor, hello to you, my friend. P. Millie, name storm incoming, Miss Friday. Maybe, I know weather warnings have been issued. You're told that earlier on GavsWeatherVids Discord by Adam and also Fizz, Adam Brunson and Fizz, that Fizz Demon, that weather warnings have been issued for Thursday and Friday for wind. So possibly, P. Well, I'll wait and see. I'll wait and see, my friend. Right, okay, let's have a look. Philly Boy confirmed that RN is right now. I got that right then, didn't I? Got that right. Tim Chubb. Hello to you, Tim. Thank you so much for being here. Peter. No second name, but you know who you are. Saying R.I.P. Paul O'Grady. So sad. Very sad, isn't it? Yeah, I heard about that. He's had, a bit of heart trouble, hasn't he? So, but nevertheless, still really, really sad. Sounds like you had, if you're going to go, it sounds like you had the best way you can go, which was, nice and quickly and peacefully. But yeah, very sad. R.I.P. to Paul O'Grady. Austin Headley, how's the weather for the Med next week? As I'm having a cruise. Oh, lovely. That sounds great. I don't know, actually. I haven't looked at the charts. But we'll have a look when we go through and we'll see, we'll see what's happening. We can get some high pressure, I think, next week. Sometimes that can mean low pressure goes down into the bed, but you never quite know. But I'll have a look anyway and see what's happening when I go through the, chart data a little bit later on in the live stream. Tim Chubb, I'm not sure about summer. Could be a damp one. Hope not. Retro not too wet, but I don't want. I'd rather like have a traditional British summer than like last year's Heat Fest. To be honest. Paul James. Sad about Paul O'Grady. That's very sad. Isn't it? So Alan. Sad about Paul O'Grady. Yeah, really sad news, wasn't it? He seemed like a nice man, didn't he? Just a nice person. I don't, never met him at all or anything like that, but he just seemed like he was nice, didn't he? So yeah, very, very sad news. Adrian Mason, hi Gavin, everywhere. Yet again got drenched in an absolute downpour, but back now into a dry. Enjoy your last live stream. Thank you so much, my friend. Sorry that you got wet. I'll take an umbrella with you next time, Adrian. You dry yourself up, my friend. Right, okay. Ben, put big lights on, Gather. Put the big lights on. Big lights is on, Ben. Right, okay. Okay. It's Ben's birthday on the 22nd of April. Lovely. How old will you be this time, Ben? How old are you this year? I wonder. Let's have a look. Ben's how old he is? I don't know. There's some dry weather. My birthday, 22nd of April. Lovely. We'll do your birthday shout out, Ben. Around the time, around your birthday. We'll definitely do your birthday shout out. Okay. Adrian, so pleased for you about your clear consultation, Gav. Thank you so much, my friend. Yeah, I had good news on Monday. Gav's done all right, hasn't he? I think I've done all right after my brush with the sea. What do you think, everyone? Did Gav do good? I think I did all right. Matthew Orchard, that's better, Gav. Your smalls look cleaner. Oh, right, okay. I don't know. But thank you, Matthew. Right, we're going to start going through the live chat for you right now, I think. So, not live chat what I'm talking about. We're going to start bringing you the screen share section. It's been absolutely fantastic. Been absolutely lovely live stream. Indigo, evening. Actually, Indigo. Always great to see new names in the live chat. Thank you so much for being here, Indigo. We're going to start going through the screen share section of the video, of the live stream. Will be a video after I start in a moment. So I'm going to get on with that, I think. Remember, because, I'm just going to explain that, because we're now into BST. Nick Hyde. Oh no, that's the red flag for the Wednesday night lives. But thanks for them all. Yeah, this is the final Wednesday night live stream for now. Final Wednesday night live stream. But they will be back in the summer. Only going to have a little break for the next couple of months. So then they'll be back in the summer. Friday night streams won't be back until we're back into GMT, of course. Now, I'm going to explain about the charts. So, because we are now in British summertime, means that the charts update an hour later than they do when we're in GMT. That means we're not going to be able to, I think we'll be able to bring you all the charts except the ECM. The ECM WF will not be finishing updating until around 8 PM now, until we're back into Benji, Gav, your house now looks like Blackpool lights. It looks alright, doesn't it? Yeah, brightened it up nicely, didn't it? Yeah, so we're not going to be able to look at the E7F12s there until we get back into GMT, you know, because it won't finish updating till 8 p.m. So on a Wednesday, when we do the live stream at 6 p.m, we'll be short of that. But we should be able to bring you all of the upper 12s then data. I hope that makes sense. Right, okay, we're going to start doing the screen share for you right now. So I'm going to be disappearing, as I wouldn't be on a regular 10 to 14 day, you know, most of the time. So I'm going to say farewell, but I will be back to wrap up the live stream at the end. So there we go. Webcam is gone, and the image is going to go as well. And we're going to start display capturing, I think. So 3, 2, 1. There we go. We're display capturing for you on this Wednesday evening, and we're going to bring you our 10 to 14 day up, and we're going to do it live. Ben Enty, GMT real time. That's what I think, Ben. Most people like BST, and if I say, you know, we ought to sit with GMT, I get into trouble because most people like BST, but I think like Greenwich Mean Time, it's our time, you know. That's our time. British summertime is like a manufactured time. I think, personally, I prefer GMT, but most people don't. Most people like BST and would like to keep that, you know, all year round. Right, okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Incredible live. Everybody wants to shout out, by the way, please give me a thumbs up or a waving emoji before I start screen capturing around 1 minute. You know, I'll give you a shout out before that. So if anybody wants to shout out, if you missed anybody, then just give me a thumbs up or a waving emoji. Marketing, I prefer lighter days, Gav. Most people do. Most people like the light evenings, I think. But, you know, I don't mind BSC, but I prefer, it's a personal choice, isn't it? I prefer GMT. And it's always easier with the models as well, and being able to do the live streams on that. Ben, it's only for World War II. It's for World War One, actually. They brought it in as a temporary measure during World War One, I think, and we sort of got stuck with it, you know, BST. James, I don't like BST. I lost an hour of sleep. Yeah, that's the only thing, isn't it? Zoe Allen, hopefully you get a very hot summer again. I hope not, Zoe. It was a little bit too intense for me last summer. Paul James, GMT equals Gav's magic time. It does actually, doesn't it? Yeah, on a Friday night. So if you can't do Friday night stream, if we have GMT all year round, we'd be able to do Friday night streams all year round. And wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? Not necessarily for Claire next door, though, my long-suffering neighbour. It wouldn't necessarily be good for her, but it would be fun for everybody else, wouldn't it? If we had like GMT all year round, could do Friday night lights all year round. P-Mini, Gav did great. I did alright, didn't I? Yeah, I think I got through the treatment okay. I was very, very lucky. You know, I've got to say, I was very, very lucky that it was caught before I had to have a tumour treatment, because the thing in mouth cancer is it's like the radiotherapy, also the chemo, but you don't tend to have chemo as much for mouth cancer. If you do have it, it tends to be just to make the radiotherapy more effective. But I was very, 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 very lucky that I didn't need radiotherapy, because it had gone on a little while, that ulcer, and it actually got to stage 2. It was a T2, tumour 2 out of 4. You know, so you have T1, T2, T3, T4. It was a T2, so it was beginning to go up the scale. Luckily, it was the lowest grade, so the cells weren't that aggressive. But if it had been more aggressive in type, I think I would have been in a little bit of trouble. Actually, how long had elapsed, you know, between getting treatment. So I was very, very, very lucky that I managed to stop at an operation and didn't have to have radiotherapy, because it really is the radiotherapy for head and neck, and particularly mouth cancer, is quite debilitating, quite damaging to the mouth and to the wider structures of the head and neck of that. But I was saying at the time, if you got to have your treatment, you got to have your treatment. You do whatever is recommended for you, obviously, to get through it. But I was lucky, I was very lucky. I had a really good surgeon as well, which makes a big difference. You can get yourself a good surgeon, then that makes a huge difference to your outcome too. Right, okay, thanks so much, everybody. Well, I think giving everybody a chance to have a shout out if they wanted one. So, shall we start doing the screen sharing next? I think that's what we're going to do. What an amazing live stream. We're coming up to around 20 to 7, 6:40 on Wednesday, the 29th of March, 2023. And we're now going to bring you our 10 to 14 there. We're going to do it live. We're currently sitting at 55 viewers with 35 likes on stream. If you could give us a like on this live stream, that would be absolutely fantastic. Just hang on a moment, everyone. I'm so sorry, everyone. It would be a Gav live stream without a cough, would it? Okay, let's start doing it then. So, we're going to go over to Hadley first of all. Central link temperature is currently sitting at 6.6, which is 0.9 of a degree above average. Only 1 Celsius above 61.90 average. I'm wondering whether that might finish up in the high 60s, because we've got more mild weather going. It hasn't dropped as much these last couple of days, I thought it might do. We didn't really get any cold, frosty nights. That's the reason for that. So in the end, we might finish up, in the upper 60s by month's end. We've still got 2 or 3 days of the month to go, of course. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks in Nottingham today. So the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Nottingham, starting off above average at the moment. We are going to see the upper air temperature coming down again as we get into the end of the week and into the weekend. And then next week, the upper air temperature starting to lift back up once more. More notable than temperatures, what's going on with precipitation? So we're starting off wet with plenty more rain to come. Lots of precipitation spikes lasting into the opening days of April, even a few there between the 4th and the 6th of April. But after that, look at this. Is that a drying trend, everyone? What do you think? Does that look like a drying trend? I reckon that looks like we've got a drying trend appearing there through the first week and into the second week of April. So drier weather could be on the way. Temperature anomaly, so 29th of March to 6th of April, about average, a little bit cooler in some places, a little bit above in other places, not a particularly big deviation. Both parts of Europe looking quite cold though, or cold on average anyway. Precipitation anomalies, now these drying out, I reckon these are becoming drier for central and northern parts of the country. Still a little bit on the west side though, down across southern counties. I expect these to start trending drier everywhere over the coming days. The latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net shows that we're drawing in a west-southwesterly wind today, so it is looking mild or very mild across most parts of the country. It's feeling very mild across most parts of the country today. Right, let's start going through the chart data then. So we'll be actually 12 there for everything other than the ECM. So starting off with the UK Met, 12 there. This is how it's looking. This is for Saturday. High pressure building over Scandinavia. Winds going into a chilly easterly as the low pressure clears away into the continent. This is below, but we've got weather warnings in force for Thursday and Friday across southern and southwestern regions, though that could become quite a significant feature in gale force winds and heavy rain and whatnot. Now, beyond that, we go through into the weekend, high pressure building over the country. So it looks like a relatively mild ridge, so that looks quite nice. By the beginning of next week, we're in an area of high pressure, much more spring-like feel with that, main dry as well. And that ridge is maintained throughout next week with the UK Met, or at least until the middle of next week anyway. So, taste of spring, I think, there from the UK Met 12 Icon. Looks like that. Again, rather cold and wet with easterly winds on Saturday, rain clearing away, that sort of thing. Then high pressure ridges in Sunday into Monday. That's a nice mild ridge of high pressure. That could get pushed southwards as well as it moves out the Atlantic. So that keeps things a little bit more unsettled compared to the UK Met, for example. As going to middle next week, another band of rain is pushing across the country there. But GFS 12 then looks like that again. Oh, sorry, everybody. Once more, that low pressure to our southeast on Saturday, clearing away, pulling in those chilly and damp easterly winds. And then a high pressure builds through the country through Sunday into Monday. That should bring, I suppose, drier weather. Low pressure back in again around Tuesday, bring more rain into the north. Now, is the Azores High going to make a proper push? Here we go. We're coming up to Easter. It's a Good Friday. High pressure building in from off the Atlantic. A little bit chilly about high pressure. Winds are in from the north-northeast, so it's not going to be a heat wave. But, you know, certainly looking a lot more anticyclonic, looking a lot drier. And eventually it will start to turn warmer around about high pressure by day anyway, given the strength of the April sunshine. Easy winds, though, carry on in the south, so feeling a little bit chilly there, perhaps, but otherwise not too bad. Certainly turning a lot drier. And as I say, in the April sunshine, it should start to feel relatively warm, relatively pleasant. By night, that's probably quite a cold ridge with the easterly flow, so, you know, ground frost that is possible by night. But certainly, it's a little bit more like it. And then the GM12 then looks like that. GM, showing low pressure getting clearing away to our east, bringing in those easterly winds over the weekend into next week. High pressure has a go at building and does so quite successfully for south. In the north, it remains a little bit more unsettled. And then high pressure up to day 10, so Scandinavia. Certainly more of an anticyclonic influence there for GM next week. It's not completely settled. There will be some showers at times, but more of an anticyclonic influence there from the GEM. And then finally the ECM, which we can only see midnight run for, unfortunately. If it was in GMT, we'd be able to show you the ECM trials there, but we're not. We're in BST, so, you know, we're not going to include that. But the midnight ECM run looks like this. It's not been superseded yet, but will be in about an hour's time. High pressure is over Scandinavia. Winds are in from the east on Saturday, looking rather cool and damp for Saturday. And high pressure, so that's low pressure, I should say, to the east on Saturday with a chilly east wind. Then high pressure builds through the country. Sunday into Monday, bringing drier, warmer weather, a little bit cooler around middle next week with this area of low, a little bit more unsettled and showery then. And then the high pressure is back in, building quite strongly over and to the north of the country. Lots of dry and relatively pleasant weather with that. Could be a bit cold by night, by day in the April sunshine. As long as there is April sunshine by day, shouldn't be too bad. Bit of a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Timeteo.com. Plenty of showers and long spells rain to come. There's that nasty little area of low pressure there on Thursday to Friday, bringing heavy rain, gale force winds, particularly focus on Ireland, England and Wales, less so for Scotland. Rain continuing across the country into Saturday, and then we have a drying trend through into the open next week for those showery bursts come back Tuesday into Wednesday, and then we're into high pressure proper, and we go completely dry then, away from the east coast where we're bringing a few showers and clouds. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensemble today for day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office. Gets us to the 8th of April. 18 members of the ECM ensemble, including control and the operational run with high pressure blocking things out around Iceland and winds coming in from a chilly easterly direction with that. Another 18, again with high pressure blocking around Iceland. This time the low pressure a little bit closer to us though. So certainly from the south and east, that could be a little bit more unsettled. Again, it is easterly with wind direction, and then 15 with high pressure in the middle of the Atlantic around Iceland going towards Greenland, tropical low pressure to our east. So that could have a wind in from a northeasterly direction. So the wind direction will be quite cool at day 10, but it is a more anticyclonic scenario, especially for northern areas. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. This will get us to the 13th of April, towards the middle part of the month. 16 members of the ECM ensemble have high pressure way to our north and northwest. Winds will be coming in from a northerly direction. That mostly dry again, could be a little bit on the chilly side, although the April sunshine not feeling too bad by day. 15 here with low pressure being more unsettled condition of the Atlantic. Winds in from the west. 11 with high pressure blocking around Iceland and Greenland. Low pressure is to our south and east, winds coming in again from a chilly north or northeasterly direction. And 9 with high pressure between Iceland and Scandinavia, actually remain dry, bringing easterly winds. Again, always a little bit cool with wind direction, I think, on most of those options. But with high pressure, more in control, particularly the 16 mare and the 9 mare, which gets us to 25 ensemble members, then, it should be relatively pleasant by day. CFSB2 looks like this. Is the 500 millibar height anomalies breaking down into week periods of birth week period, attention 29th of March and 4th of April. The coming week with low pressure in from off the Atlantic, so remain quite unsettled. Week 2 seeing quite a significant change. This is the 5th to the 11th of April. High pressure then builds over to the north of the country. And that will get wind into an easterly, so becoming drier with that. Not necessarily that warm, but certainly turning a lot drier there. Week 3 will be the 12th to the 18th of April with low pressure way to our northwest, high pressure towards our south and southwest. Winds will be coming in from a west or southwesterly direction. It'll be a little bit more unsettled, but should be quite mild. And then week 4 will be the 19th to the 25th of April. High pressure then across eastern parts of Europe. Starting influence into west of Europe though, and that should be quite warm. That should get wind into the south there. So, yeah, probably getting warmer as April progresses. CFSB2 overall for April looks like this. 700 millibar high on today with blocking still to the north, so that will suggest quite an easterly type month. Temperature anomalies, no signal, but could be a bit on the cool side, especially so, notably so, I suppose, at night. Cold average for Scandinavia. And precipitation anomalies look like that. No signal, but I would have thought a relatively dryish sort of month would be likely. Right, that's your 10 to 14 day, Ed. We're over at 69 concurrent viewers. Wow. Well, I don't know, dear. I don't know about that. Right, okay, I'll save it when Friday night sits down. Right, okay, that's your 10 to 14 day event, everyone. So it looks like we're progressing here towards high pressure and spring-like conditions as we're going into April. But as ever with this spring, not easy. Not easy because, it looks like wind direction will still be going from a relatively coolish direction. People are going to leave the garden half mowed this year. Encourage wildlife. I've got to get my lawn mowed. It's been too wet, been too damp. But I've got to get that done when this high pressure gets going next week, if it gets going. Right, okay, so that's your 10 to 14 day. Do you want to see some long range now, everybody? If you'd like to see some long range, then give me a thumbs up emoji or a waving emoji, and that would be absolutely lovely. And we'll show you the CFS, and we'll show you the charts from Metset for the European models like ECM, Metro France, whatnot, on a month-by-month basis. How does that sound, everybody? See what they're showing for the summer. We would have done this on Monday. If I'd been live stream on Monday, then I'll include this in Monday's live stream. But as I wasn't, I'm going to do it at the end of this live stream. If you want to see it, so you want to see some long range, give me a thumbs up emoji or a waving emoji, and I'll give you a roll call and shout out in a moment. Wow. My goodness, Gavin, is it sea temperatures that help the Azores high build over us? Partly the position of the jet stream, I think. Partly the position of the jet stream. Right, okay, James 098 wants to see some long range. Finley boy wants to see some long range. Benenti wants to see some long range. Paul James wants to see some long range. Jack Lowe wants to see some long range. Michael Johnson wants to see some long range. Nick Hine wants to see some long range. Darth Vader wants to see some long range. Paul James wants to see some long range, I think. Mark Kanish wants to see some long range. TBOS wants to see some long range. Steffi Adcock wants to see some long range as well, by the way. Okay, we'll do that for you then. So, Here we go, everyone. Let's have a look at CFS first. We'll now have a look at charts from MetSec. So starting off with CFS for April. 700 millibar height anomaly from a season model showing blocking around Greenland. Winds will be coming in from probably quite a cool east-northeast direction with that. So not a particularly warm month, but should be more anticyclonic and consequently drier than we have had in March. Now, this is how May is looking. Though in May we still have some high pressure towards Greenland and to our east. This white area might have a trough, so that could actually be a little bit unsettled, but should be warmer in May, with winds coming up more from a southerly, southwesterly direction. So certainly a warmer wind direction in May. June, now this doesn't look great actually for June. We've got high pressure centred in the North Atlantic up towards Greenland. And again, where we've got the white area, there's got to be some low pressure somewhere. You know, we don't see like actual below average heights down here in the southern hemisphere, where of course it's winter. But these white areas tend to, in the end, to fill up with a trough of low pressure. So just here, we've probably got a trough of low underneath this blocking feature. So that should be quite a cool and unsettled, maybe quite wet signal for June. Right, that's that one done. July looks like this. Still with relatively high pressure within the high latitudes. So still quite a bit of high pressure towards Greenland. The white area has shrunk, but there is still a white area just to our south. Now that could be a little bit unsettled and showery as well in July. Not as bad as June probably, but could be a little bit. Now August looks like the best of summer. So we find that we get an area of high pressure then setting up over just to the north of the country, which gets the wind into like an easterly. But it's going to be a very warm, possibly even quite hot wind direction in August. This white area again, this could be a trough of low pressure. So with low pressure out there, high pressure up there, we could bring up like a warm southerly, southeasterly, maybe volatile, dare I say it, more hot plumes than that. So August could turn hot, but maybe thundery, and then finally September looks like this with an area of high pressure just over into the west of the country. It's just a mostly dry anticyclonic and probably relatively warm September then. Right, okay, let's go through the MetSec charts then. So, we've got various models to look at here. These were contained within the first summer season model roundup, ECM, Meteo France, DWD, and whatnot. The difference here is that we can see the charts on a month-by-month basis. You can also see the charts on a month-by-month basis now at Copernicus, by the way, everybody. But it's a little bit easier to do it at MetSec. Copernicus is a little bit, cumbersome to use, so I prefer to use MetSec for this. Stephen Charlton, how to you, my friend? Good evening to Stephen Charlton. Thank you so much for being here. Nick Hyde, oh no, Gav, please don't. Remember, it's only CFS mode. We all know what the CFS is like, so I wouldn't be that concerned at the moment, my friend. Steffi, I'll take volatile. Can't beat a summer storm. I love it. Yeah, I love a good storm, Steffi. As long as it doesn't get to 40 degrees again, as long as like the Spanish plumes are sensible Spanish plumes, not like Lucifer Spanish plumes, then I'm alright with that. Antonella, Charles Paul, how to you, Antonella? Thank you so much for being here. Right, okay. Let's have a look then. So we are going to have a look at ECM first of all. So this is how the ECM was forecasting April in terms of mean sea pressure anomaly perspective, with higher pressure to the north, lower pressure to the south. This is forecasting April, I suppose, given that these charts will update like on the 1st of next month, I think, but it'll take a while for them to appear at MetSec. So this is still actually like the earliest or most recent set of these. So actually got to talk in present tense, of course. So for April, well, it is forecasting high pressure block to the north, low pressure to the south. That looks like quite a cool and unsettled signal for April. May looks like that, more anticyclonic, but low pressure goes southwards in May. High pressure sets up more towards Scandinavia, very easterly looking in May, and could be quite warm and dry, possibly. June looks like that. So that, then we see high pressure over to the north coast. That was very nice for June, mostly dry. fine and potentially very warm. July, look at this, from the ECMWS, showing high pressure again, well and truly in control over the country. That suggests potentially a hot and dry July. And then finally August, still with an anticyclonic seal. So the ECM is going for a dry, hot summer. Again, with high pressure well and truly in control there from the ECMWF. Right, that's that one. Now, where should we go next? Let's go to Meteo France and see what that one's showing. So again, in April, Meteo France showing blocking within the North latitude. Quite a lot of high pressure up there, low pressure to our south. Winds will be coming in from an easterly direction in April. Should be a drier month, but could be a little bit on the cool side. May, very different to what the ECM is showing, with high pressure more towards our southwest and low pressure starts appearing to our north and east. So we've got high pressure through there, low pressure through there and through there. So that was like quite a cool signal for me actually, and potentially a little bit unsettled as well. June looks like that. Very, very different from Meteo France compared to the ECM. For June, low pressure is in control. Return of a westerly, so that is an unsettled and quite wet June being forecast then. Probably quite cool too. July has high pressure in the Atlantic, but again, low pressure is dominating to our north and east. That looks very unsettled and quite cool in July and August. With Meteo France looks like this. High pressure comes back, so August is the best of it. We're having the summer mostly dry in August, probably quite warm after a cool and unsettled June and July. Right, that's that one done. Where to next? Let's go to the DWD, the German model, see what that's doing. Right, okay, April with DWD looks very unsettled, low pressure right over country and out in the Atlantic. A lot of variation here, isn't there? May also looking very unsettled with the DWD, low pressure again, well and truly in control. June looks like that, much more high pressure dominating in June with a high reaching in from off the Atlantic. Not necessarily a particularly warm position, but should certainly be dry and quite pleasant. Now that's July, and that has high pressure in the middle of the Atlantic with low pressure to the north and through the country through Western Europe. That looks a little bit unsettled in July, and August then sets up high pressure over Scandinavia with low pressure to our south and west, and that will get wind in from like an easterly type directional south beach. That could be volatile, it could be quite hot, but volatile in August. Right, that's that one done. Where to next? Let's go to CMCC. Why not do that? So, again, for April, we look like this. So, once more, high pressure blocking within the north latitude, low pressure south winds in from the east. Should be drier in April, but could be quite cool. May looks like that, unsettled with low pressure in from off the Atlantic. I'd say not much support here for the ECM so far with its hot summer idea, is there? We shall see what the other models show. This is June, again with low pressure below average heights in from off the Atlantic. That looks unsettled in June. July also looking unsettled, low pressure through the north and the west of Europe with those blue colours there, cool and wet in July. August flips it around and we go much drier and potentially hotter in August with high pressure taking over and winds going into the east. A little bit of a backloaded summer on a lot of these models. Right, where to next? ECCC. Let's have a look at that one. April, again with the ECCC, is looking unsettled with low pressure dominating the weather. They're all, varying as early as April, can you believe it? May looks anticyclonic with high pressure out to our north and west. Wind probably coming in from a northeasterly direction in May. June looks like that again, with high pressure ridging through the country. That should be mostly dry and potentially very warm in June. July looks cool and unsettled, with low pressure across northern Europe, across most of Europe actually, combined blocking around Greenland. That's quite a cool and wet July. Then August, back to high pressure again in August, building over the country, mostly dry and warm. A lot of these models are showing a dry and warm August, I have to say. Right, JMA, and then we'll have a look at UK Met, and then we're done. JMA, the Japanese model, looks like this in April, much more anticyclonic in April, and not overly cold as well. High pressure just dominating, there's lots of dry, pleasant spring-like weather. May doesn't look as good though. That takes a high pressure north then in May towards Greenland, Iceland. Low pressure across the UK and west of Europe. Winds will be coming in from an easterly direction, so quite a cool wet signal for May. June also looking unsettled, with the JMA low pressure dominating over and over country and into the Atlantic. July turns drier and warmer, with high pressure then to the north of Scotland. Winds in from the east. That's a dry, warm, potentially quite hot pattern for July. And then August also showing high pressure dominating just to our north and northeast. Winds in from the east. That should be mostly dry and quite warm in August. And then finally we've got our very own UK Met Office. Well, how does that look month by month? Let's have a look. Actually, that's not there. Oh, drat. I don't know. My climax has gone wrong. That was going to be the climax. And look at that. It's not there, everybody. I don't know. Do you? What's happened there? I don't know. That's a blow, isn't it? That's a blow. Look, the charts are missing. Oh, goodness gracious me. Something had to go wrong. Didn't it? Something had to go wrong. Drat! Well, never mind. We've flopped, everybody. We've gone flaccid right at the end, but never mind. We'll wrap things up there then. Right, I'll have to check those, won't I, before I start another time, so that I can get my climax right. Right, okay, well, there we go then, everybody. Thank you so much. Marcus, dear me, UK Met Office gone wrong. It's missing, isn't it? It wasn't there. Ben, LMAO. Something had to go wrong, didn't it? My washing machine was leaking at the start, and I spilled water all over my table, and then at the end, you know, the UK there. Let us down. Jack Lowe, oh, Gav, you're sacked. I'm fired, aren't I? I'm fired. Mo Johnson, climax delayed, just like the spring. It was, wasn't it? Drat. Oh, never mind. Okay, we're going to wrap things up there. Very thanks to our moderators. Moderator on live, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much to the moderators for being here. Thank you so much to Paul James and James098 as well. Nick Hyde, Gaz just killed summer. They were a little bit mixed, weren't they? Maybe the ECM has it right, but it'll be a hot, dry summer. Maybe. Yeah, thanks so much to our moderators. Yeah, thanks to the mods. Thank you so much for your kindness and generosity to Jack Lowe. Thank you so much for your super chat to Jack. That's amazing and incredible. Thank you so much, my friend. Ben and everything giving up on Gav. It is, isn't it, Ben? It is. I'm waiting for something else to go wrong now. I've got to do my dinner, so I hope the oven's all right when I put my dinner on. Right, so that's it, man. Thank you so much for your trust and generosity for your super chat low, and thank you so much to our moderators moderating on the live stream. This is the last live stream this week. We will be back live streaming, and this is the last live stream on a Wednesday until we get into summer as well. So when we're in summer, we'll bring back Wednesday live stream. I'll let everybody at the time when that's going to be, of course. So this is the last live stream until Monday. Our next live stream will therefore be at 8 PM on Monday. With that one, we're going to leave off on Stumbles Watch now, I think, and we're just going to have a look at the 12s there. Model runs on that and just hang out, and we will include long range in that as well. And at some point, through April. We will go all the way to next winter with Patal Peng's analogs. That'll be the first model that we use to go right the way through to next winter. With Patal Peng, and that will be coming up on a Monday live stream. I don't know when Patal will get those charts of dates, but it'll be some point during April that we'll have the first little bit of the hint of winter 2023, 2024 data. So incredible. Right, okay, you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. We're going to see you for our uploads, over the next few days, of course. I am very behind for comments, by the way. I know you've all been commenting on videos. I am very behind going through and replying and responding to the comments. I will set aside a good couple of hours, probably tomorrow, sometime this week, and I will go through everybody's comments on the videos over the past week or so. Now I'm scaling things back a little bit. I have more time to do things like that. So if you're waiting for a reply or a response to your comment, then don't worry. I have seen them, but I haven't had time to go through them and reply and give a heart and whatnot. So I'll be doing that. Sometime this week. Just to say, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. We're going to see you for our video uploads and in the comments over the next few days. We'll be live streaming again at 8 PM on Monday, so I shall see you for that one. And for this one, Ping Mini, as Joe Beside says, at GavsWeatherVids, enjoy the weather. So it's the only weather you got. Enjoy the weather. It's the only weather you got. Indeed, P. Thank you so much, my friends. Stay safe and stay well, everybody. And we'll see you with our next live stream on Monday at 8 PM. But for this one, that's all for now. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.